So just to clarify, for those of you who were unaware of the actual full rules for what just happened, because we did have some lag issues on the Schalke side and they won, we have to replay the game. So Harry, Schalke 04 versus AS Roma, round 2. What's your prediction this time? Are you going to go with your same gut instinct you had on the first one, or are you going to change your mind?
I think Roma have been given a lifeline here after their, I mean, we can both agree, lackluster performances we've seen so far today. They have a chance to maybe figure out and settle into the competition a little bit more, figure out how they want to play here in the knockout stages. For Schalke, I said before, it can be a bit of a downside having to play a replay. And I used the words, hang on, we've won this already. You can use that same mentality. You can still say, hey, we've already won this. We've done this once already. Let's go again. That's the mentality they have to maintain here in the, well, hopefully the last third place playoff.
So Schalke will again be kicking from left to right in their blue and white, and AS Roma in their red and orange. I am, of course, colourblind, so if that orange is possibly yellow or any other colour of the rainbow, then I most obviously apologise. But it looks a bit orangey to me, Harry. You going with orange?
Well, you can go with orange if you want.
Yeah, we'll go with orange. It's been a long day. So the words just sort of tumble out at this moment in time, but I'm sure that the action on screen will provide us with possibly more words, invented words. Generally at this stage in the season, we tend to find new words to describe the action due to the brilliance of what we see before us.
Yeah, sometimes we just start sentences and have no idea where they're going.
I mean, that's pretty much from the start of the show today for me.
Basically, for me as well. So, I mean, it's an innate skill we have, but a benefit of that is that people seem to think we sound convincing, so we get front row seats to this kind of action. And, well, Schalke opened the scoring.
Front row seats. And, well, they've come out of the blocks like an absolute cheetah on the Serengeti.
Well done.
Lightning start for them. Like a bow and arrow smash through. And the Germans lead.
Yeah, great run across the defence there. Is it El Matador who's poked it home? We'll see in just a second. We'll get confirmation of it. But, well, advantage Schalke. And this is nothing like we saw in the first game. We saw, of course, Roma lead for a large majority, a large portion of the match. Now we'll see how Schalke play from the leading position. It's in fact Irma. They keep swapping colours around just to confuse us and keep us on our toes this late on in the day. But Irma, I mean, his third goal across the 2 games. Obviously, the first game is null and void now due to the lag issues, but he's in some real fine goal-scoring form here in the knockout stages, and he tucks it home to make it 1-0.
Yeah, lovely finish from him. It was quite nice to hear you get one of the goal scorers wrong for a change, because usually it's me, and usually I get a smug response from you, and I blame the colour changes. But on this occasion, thankfully, I was on the other end, so I can sit here and laugh at your awful decision-making in who scored the goal. But the most important thing, of course, Harry, is that Schalke take the lead. Well, a very quick start after a very sluggish performance from them in the original game.
Yeah, no complaints from me. It's a problem I'm working on. I can be quite smug. But a very good performance in the opening 20 minutes from Schalke. Roma, we'll see again how they respond to adversity. And I tell you what, Roxa had a chance to equalise it almost immediately as I said that.
Well, you were questioning what their response would be like, and it could and really should have been an emphatic one. He surely had to score. Just 12 yards from goal, could go either way, and just didn't do enough. Whipped in towards the back post, headed away. Chance for Irma to bring the ball up towards a halfway line. Now Merriman joins the attack. Out to El Matador. This is a good play from Schalke. Ball out towards the left-hand side. El Matador, lovely drop of the shoulder there to turn away from Roxa in towards the near post. Easy for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, nice drop of the shoulder there from El Matador. Using Harris on that far side. And again, he's another player for Schalke that's really stepped up here in the knockout stages. Looks to, again, this entire season has had a bit of a resurgence, hasn't he, El Matador? One of the eldest players at league-wide has, well, I mean, he's got a bit of a spring back in his step this season.
He has indeed. It's another chance for Schalke. And El Matador doubles their lead. And this has been emphatic.
Well, it's like he knew we were talking about him. 2 goals to the good now for Schalke. The defence falls apart for Roma. They're all running back towards their own goal, watching the runners. No one watches the man hanging back. It's this pass here that really does the damage, because then it's like, do you go to the man on the ball? In the end, I think it's Kepa who hesitates. That just frees up the man in the middle. And it's 2-0.
You said before the game, it's a difficult one for Schalke from a mentality point of view, having already kind of achieved the result and winning the game. But they've just gone to prove again they are a team of Mr. Consistency, because why should we expect anything less? They've gone out and they're looking to get the job done again. Now, Roma have got to be careful here, because this game could very, very quickly get away from them if they're not careful. They need to get in at half-time and reassess what they're going to do in the second half. If they concede again, it could be 6.
Al Matador feeling himself with that shot, but you're right. My worry for Roma is that, I mean, we saw it in the semi-final against Monaco. What's their plan B? They didn't pull the trigger on the plan B when they were down 2-0 against Monaco with only a half left to play. Do they have a plan B here against Schalke? We'll see.
Well, that might be something they may need to address going into a possible new season. As the ball gets played in, well, they might not need a plan B, because their plan A is pretty effective indeed. It's Route 1 again. And it's just so imposing when they get it right.
It really is. I think it's Venom who heads it down into the path of Kepa. Has so much time to get his shot away, but does so on the first time of asking, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard. And there's the one back from Roma. Maybe they don't need a plan B. Maybe they're happy to stick with how they're rolling at this moment in time. But again, the rules haven't changed here. It's still just 1 game of eFootball PES, extra time and penalties if we need it. But Roma, they're starting to grow in confidence.
.42 minutes gone. Schalke 2, Roma 1. Ironically, the result of the game previous. Will it stay the same, or will we have more goals in the second half? My gut instinct says this game is not done yet. Corner kick to be taken by Harrit on the near touchline. Controlled by Merriman in towards the near post, headed away. Back into the danger area, right on the stroke of half-time. Can they grab a third? It's going to trick it out of play.
Unfortunate there for El Matador. Just picks the corner where there's a defender willing to stick a leg out. I think it's Chris Smalling in the end for Roma, who blocks the eventual opportunity. I think if he goes the other side, it's probably a goal. But, well, we enter the half 2-1 in Schalke's favour. Nice to see both sets of players really going for it here in this third place match. After the first one was essentially a warm-up, but now we enter the second half. Advantage Schalke, but Roma, again, starting to grow in confidence.
Schalke are 45 minutes away again from being crowned the third best team in eFootball.Pro IQONIQ. Completely different performance from them though in this game, Harry.
Absolutely. From both teams, really. I mean, Roma starting to really attack now, and we're starting to see more shades of Roma that we wanted to see earlier on in the knockout stages. And Schalke, I'm sure it will be a nice feeling for them to not have to leave it until the 80th minute to start scoring goals, but we'll see how well they can defend here in the second half.
Just called offside there. Long ball up towards the edge of the area. One back by AS Roma. Chance to bring the ball forwards now down the left-hand side with Kepa. Kepa's got support from Roxa. Still hasn't got that birthday goal today as yet. How long would you leave it, Harry? We mentioned about our plan B. Do you think Roma would just go right the way through now? Or do you think it gets to a point where they possibly change something to grab an equalizer?
I think they're quite happy playing the way that they are. I mean, if they didn't change anything in the semi-final against Monaco, I mean, I don't really see them changing anything here. They seem to be playing with a bit more urgency, though, than they did in that semi-final here against Schalke. So again, maybe it's not everyone to panic stations at this point in time, but something maybe to think about if you're still trailing come the 75th minute.
Ball in towards Edin Dzeko. Chance here for Roma to make it 2-2. Great defending in the end from El Matador, but they've almost fallen over themselves after that initial good challenge, and they've allowed Roma in again. Another crunching challenge coming in from Merriman. A risky one. Had he got that an inch wrong, he may have seen a spot kick. Might be the closest we come to penalties as the ball gets played out towards this right-hand side. Long ball down this left-hand side. Good cover from Roxa. If you had to pick two standout players, one for each team, Harry, for this season?
Between these two clubs, I would say, I mean, obviously Irma has played so well, but I think El Matador has had a really under-the-radar season so far, not only in the knockout stages, but also throughout the season as a whole. And I think Kepa has just scored so many goals. He's almost gotten another one there, that it would be unfair to choose anyone else over him. Yes, Roxa has been solid defensively in the top three of the defence tables for the majority of the season, but I think those two, El Matador and Kepa, have been a revelation for both sides, and a huge reason as to why these two clubs so far have gotten to this third place playoff.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on them on those two choices. I have to say, it's not often we agree, but two good shouts there. Honourable mentions, of course, all round. They've both been very good team outfits. You have to be at this stage in the competition. "20 minutes remaining. Can Schalke claim third spot?"
Well, this is a real test of their mentality. I said before, they're mentality monsters, but they have to do it again after the first game. Of course, they did win 2-1 as well, but had to be replayed due to some latency issues between the two clubs. Again, competitive integrity. When we have to play these seasons online, I mean, it's no one's first choice, but the fact we can continue this competition, we have to make sure that everyone's on a level playing field, and that extends right the way through to the third place playoff. And well, a final 15 in-game minutes now is all that stands between Schalke and that third place.
How fitting would it be to have the same result anyway? We are currently sat on 2-1 to Schalke, which is how that finished. And it looks like Schalke have seen enough. It looks like they are here to conserve possession and waste as much time as possible now, knowing that they have that advantage. They could go for a third here, or they could take it towards the corner. They've done neither. They've given it straight back to AS Roma, who have the chance to counter-attack here. But again, it just hasn't quite been their day in the final third, Roma.
No, it certainly hasn't. It's somewhat disappointing for us as neutrals, knowing how explosive their attack has been at points this season. Today, I'm not sure exactly what you would pinpoint as the issue, but it has not been nearly as effective as it has previously for Roma.
Six minutes remaining in this second half. Schalke 2, Roma 1. Whether you finish third or fourth has still been a great achievement for both of these two clubs, but they want to finish third, of course. Oh. It's gone wide for Roma. That might be the last attack they have. It ricocheted back. Oh. Just a fraction wide.
And you just wonder, is that the chance that will fall to Roma? Will they get another one? Probably not one as good as that, but there's still time.
Last minute of the game. Injury time to follow. Fourth official gives 2 minutes. A chance to wrap it up for Schalke. Easy claim in the end for Roxa in net, who smashes downfield. Time is almost up. Seconds away. A few people in the stadium thought that was the referee's final whistle. He had given a free kick instead, and they will launch it one last time into the box. A chance will come and go, but will they grab the equalizer? No, they won't.
One last free kick.
And he's done it again. The referee is toying with hearts right now. He's given another free kick when many thought that was the final whistle. He's hit the crossbar. An unbelievable effort. So unlucky. It would have been one of the goals of the season, but it's back off the frame. And Schalke 04 are crowned
I have one question.
the third best team in eFootball.Pro IQONIQ.
And I don't speak German, but I think Merriman was asking the question there. Can I celebrate?